Good morning, good morning. Today I'm just going to have a bit of a quick look over DeFi land for a second video. I did a super long one at the start and it was just based on my gameplay. Now I wasn't very animated because obviously it was super late at night for me. I've been playing it every day since. There's achievements, we've got to play it every day, otherwise you get a day behind. But one thing I've kind of coined in conversations to people is I'm here for the games, and you can hear in the noise the music for DeFi land. Super excited for the beta, and obviously it's been out, and I've got a few extra comments or thoughts and processes without having to put it into a super long video. We've seen some block beats. There was a bit of a release for that. DeFi land last night launched their Selenium partnership. They'll be launching, I believe it's around 9 days from here, 12th of October, 26th of September whitelist. So shit, that's almost 2.5 weeks. So you got a bit of time on that. Selenium, you hold a certain amount of tokens, and that gets you tickets. A little bit different than the Radium. Fuck it, let's have a look. Where are we? Selenium. So one of the reasons I purchased Selenium, I got it super early and super cheap. One of the reasons I purchased it personally was for the games. I'm here for the games. So Project Seed, this was one of the ones that initially actually made me want to purchase Selenium. Since then it's become, in my opinion, the second best launchpad on Solana. Other people don't rate it, but that's cool. Everyone's got to find their own ways, and you can see here we've got lots and lots of launches. There's 6 coming up in the next. It's hard to know because Project Seed, Apricot, and Diablo, they're all been on here for a while. So not everyone's going to release quickly, but then these guys do a great job of adding in NFT project launches as well. So you see 16 days on that, a couple of days we've got there. So price point, I think Selenium somewhere around $253 at the moment. So let's get into little bits and pieces. I don't have a written script for this, so I've had so much video content to look at, study, and go through. And you can see here with the achievements I've worked through, there's cleaning tiles and swaps. I'm going to do a swap on here just to show you guys roughly what it looks like. And you can see the leaderboard. These guys have been playing a shitload of bird shooting simulation. You would have to imagine 57,000 experience as the top dog. To get into the top 10 is kind of actually manageable, because if you have a look, I'm only at 1300 level 5. I haven't put in a huge amount of time. So how do we get experience? We can pet the animals. I don't believe there's a lot of interaction with those yet. This is version 1, so there's going to be quests and NFT prizes come up. You would have to imagine every day you get experience for loading in. I didn't realise this at the start, but that does appear to be a statue of Sam. Every day it's pretty cool. You come in, you can have a look at what they've put in. I think they'll make this a little bit more immersive come obviously the next versions of the game. So what's my critical feedback? I put a little bit into my live, and I was super excited to get onto the DFL town hall, and they did say they brought in live transfers for .sol names based on seeing it on my Discord, on my video, and if that's the case, that's awesome. Like if I can have given it at least one opinion, but you can transfer your address in there, and bang, I could send this to my wallet and the amount and all of that. So that was pretty cool to see. The games obviously do get repetitive, but someone's having a crack. They're playing the birds. I would like to see potential link-ups with other games. I've been doing a lot of live interviews and chatting with the games and stuff like that. I think it's a super cool option to be able to have it. We did see a link with Cope. I did like seeing the fact that you had to scroll around to find old mate Peppy hiding in here. Can I find it? You have to come in this way. Either way, to get the achievement, you had to be able to look in there to find Peppy. So where am I left on my achievements? It was finding the rocks, so you've got to clean the tiles, and this was a little bit hard. I did need help. Cheers, Frank. but you find these little rocks. It was a black big pile to start off with, so every day I come in looking for rocks. And this is where I can kind of see the game becoming that little addictive level of having those side quests, those side achievements, and then people finding new little hidden gems, new Easter eggs in the game. So, you know, I've got to try to find these. I've left it specifically for today. It's not a, you have to do it every day quest, it's do it 5 times. Sometimes I come in, I change my view, but it doesn't appear that there's any there for today. You can see I've logged in every day since, but where are we? 5 tiles. I've done my daily login for 5 days straight. So one thing I did notice on the swaps, and I'll show it now doing one, was it was super expensive to swap USDC to Solana. So I found it was a 0.02 swap fee. 2% of Solana to swap USDC into Solana, to me, was sounding quite expensive. So, very simple swap mechanics. I did notice swapping grape to USDC was super cheap. I do like how we get a little Greek looking dude. I think that is just a generic picture of someone, but that was pretty cool to see that. And if you actually have a look, USDC comes out and goes to your farm, I believe. Watch there, and grape comes into the marketplace. So I've just swapped grape into the marketplace. Now, you think, oh, that's just a shitty looking picture, but it's actually a crate in the back of the truck. I thought that was cool, like the first couple of times, and you see he delivers USDC into your house, which is effectively your wallet. So I didn't notice that the first couple of times, but I thought that was pretty cool that they've gone to an effort to make it, you know, like that crate in the back of your truck. So I haven't spent a lot of time going through individual seeds to find other errors through signing contracts and stuff like that. You can see I don't have any spare seeds. I do like the wallet totals come up the side here. I've got a little bit of leftover of some of the ones I've done. And what I kind of guess this needs is, when you gamify something, you're going to create people with a need, desire. They're going to want to be clicking on these things and farming these more often than is optimal. So if you click farm on this and you roll your tractor over it, obviously that's going to cost you a wallet fee, a transaction fee. Now, it's Solana, so those fees are bugger all, and that is awesome. But there's got to be, I think, some kind of educational content in there for community to not just be doing thousands of these wallet fees en masse themselves personally. You know, obviously DeFi Land is making a product, and that's going to be some of their fee liners, and some of the ways that these guys make profit is by charging a percentage of the fee going out to the platform service. In this case it's Radium. And we can see here I've got a little bit of grape, like, and SLRS slurs off my farming. So for me, I probably wouldn't roll that over. The grape is only a little bit as well. So I've left this for a few days. I haven't really gone hardcore on that. But you do remember, it was really cool to see in here, the farm board should talk about the rates. Yes, and there's so many different pairs. I really should do more pairs just to see what the crops look like for the testing. And I will try. I have been on here, I've talked about it with other projects. I've been interested to see the link ups, the pairings. The Selenium was super important. Even from the AMA, and it was really cool to get on there with Erwin. He let me on a couple of times. I'd had several scotches by that stage. I was really surprised to see that they've got guilds starting up for DeFi Land. So I would have thought that it's super early for that, but they've got gameplay out. Like, this is a playable game now. So guilds are going to probably come in effective, because there's going to be people talking and having excitement, playing a game, learning things, asking those questions, like I got one of the community members to help me. So, you know, people are going to be able to help each other through these quests to get these NFTs, and that in itself is going to add crowd immersion, because people enjoy, there's a FOMO effect. People want to get these NFTs in their wallets, not to sell, just to keep and have a memory of playing the game early, being in from that. I would love to see skins coming in the game, even if it's just for projects, advertising and drawing the artwork themselves. They could put, you know, something over the top of here. They could banner that. It would be cool to see it on cars, special painted out cars. This is all stuff. This is a beta, so I am getting ahead of myself, of course. That for me would be good to see from a community involvement in Solana. It'd be cool to see some kind of fishing in the ocean, so whether that comes into an orca event, whether it comes into something that is farmable, that have nets and you farm. I've used the comment of the old purple dye from old ancient Greek times. They used to farm them in the river for purple for the Romans, and it was such a super huge commodity back in the day. It would be really cool to see some of those rather than just these 3 farms. I don't know how hard it is going to be to plant more than 3 farms, 3 crop cycles, so maybe that might be a way for them to look at that from there. But yeah, that's going to be it, I guess. It's just the ramblings of a man on some caffeine. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you get a chance to get into the AMAs. They are doing live giveaways still for beta testing codes. They are onboarding more people. I know they did 10 beta codes on the last one, so that was cool to see. I guess one other thing worth noting was I think DFL would really do well by having some kind of a community member of what, say, Santi brings to Star Atlas. He started off as community, super hyped, and eventually they onboarded him, and he now obviously works for Star Atlas. I think that community member that would be able to take some workload off of Erwin after a 2.5 hour event would be super cool, and add some kind of community feel again. At another job, at a community member a chance to be able to put on some of his personal experience learnings. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits.